All right, peeps, coming at you again with another quick video about being creepy. So, one of the things that guys struggle with very often with women is the fact that they come across as creepy to women. And it's actually one of the reasons that guys don't even do much at all with women. They won't approach women, they won't talk to women, they get in their head with women. It's because of the modern programming about creepiness, about guys harassing women, making women uncomfortable, that they're not able to express themselves, and so they come across as creepy. And so it's a really common thing. It's a common thing. It's certainly a common concern. But there are certain things that you do. Well, I do think this whole thing is a little bit overblown, and that guys, it's mostly a self-inflicted issue. There are things that guys do that make them come across as creepy. And this can happen even before the conversation begins. You don't just simply have to make sort of weird, awkward sexual comments, or you don't have to touch her in the wrong way, which, by the way, are two big ways that you could be creepy, right? You can be creepy because you you touch a girl physically without pacing her emotionally. And what that means in practice is that you haven't created attraction yet you're touching her. And that is likely to make you come across as creepy. Also, making sexual statements to her before you've made her sexually interested in you, that's also likely to make you come across as creepy, right? But those are extreme things. Some of the more subtle things are that when so one of the most important things when it comes to attraction is maintain eye contact. That doesn't mean you have to always be staring at the girl, but the longer you can maintain eye contact, the longer you can hold eye contact, the more tension you create, the more presence you have, and the more dominance in the position you have. So normally, if you're giving a girl eye contact and she's kind of looking down like that, she kind of looks back at you, kind of looks down, she looks back at you, then she's starting to fall into your frame, so to speak. She's starting to become attracted. She's nervous, right? In a good way. But if you're staring at her, you're giving her eye contact, and you're not you're not giving any smile, right? You just kind of, especially if it's like, if your eye contact is really, wide-eyed, if you're like this, hi, hi, I'm Pat. How are you? How are you doing? What's going on? I like your dress. And see, there's no warmth there. Whereas if I'm doing the same kind of thing, I'm like, hi, hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm Pat. There's a difference because there's a little bit of a smirk. So I always recommend guys when they're doing the eye contact, it's good to have a smirk. Smirks are mischievous, right? They're playful, they're flirtatious, but eye contact can either make you come across as confident or scary. And so you have to understand, eye contact creates tension, but you want to create the right kind of tension. You want to create sexual tension. You don't want to create scary, this guy's going to kill me tension, right? And if you create that scary tension, then you're going to come across as creepy. The big way that guys come across as creepy, though, is that they will follow a woman awkwardly. So they don't pick up on social cues. So a woman's not interested, and they continue to follow her anyway. They continue to, linger around her. And especially if they're lingering around her, but they're also trying to stare at her, trying to look at her, this is going to make the guy come across as very creepy. Very creepy. Because what's going on here with the creepiness, you have to understand, at its core, creepiness occurs because a guy is trying to conceal how he feels, what he wants, and he's doing this in a way that he's trying to talk to a girl with an agenda. and he's not being transparent about the agenda, right? And that's the stuff that makes a woman really feel uncomfortable. And that's what a lot of nice guys do. They hide their intentions, they hide their interest, their desire in a woman. And so what happens is that they pretend that maybe they're interested in hanging out with her because they want to get to know her, or they're going to do this for her because they're just a nice guy. But beneath it is this agenda that they want her to give him a certain kind of validation. They want her to like him, and so they do sort of weird things that they linger longer than they should in situations. They kind of they might stare at her longer than they should, or even sometimes they'll talk to her and they won't look at her. That's another kind of creepiness where it's like your eye contact's always off. So it's kind of like you're either creepy if your eye contact is, no facial expression, just, scary, or if you're shifty, because shifty eye contact is an indication of concealing something. In every case, though, what's happening is the woman can't trust you. She can't trust you because you're uncomfortable with your own intentions, so she's going to feel uncomfortable with it. So if you're attracted to a woman, but you're uncomfortable with the fact that you're attracted to a woman, you're uncomfortable about your feeling and when it's going to become a problem, then, if it's going to become a problem, then you're going to convey that to the woman and she's going to want to get away from it all. So those are some simple ways that you can be creepy as a guy, and it's really important that you're not creepy. So one of the things that I recommend for guys is adopt that smirk, adopt that playful attitude, right? When you go and you talk to women, and get more and more comfortable expressing your needs, get more and more comfortable expressing your desires. If you're interested in a woman, don't, you know, there's a context for indirect approaches, don't get me wrong, but if you're interested, if you're attracted to a woman, don't hide the fact that you're attracted to her, right? Throughout the course of your interaction with a woman, don't pretend that, oh yeah, I'm not at all interested. It's one thing to approach a woman and to use some plausible deniability for the approach, if that's, makes sense in the context, but you will want to still express your intent and your interest in her within the first few minutes of the interaction. Don't play this kind of really, really sneaky game. There are contexts where maybe there's a better strategy here, but what you guys need to know, if you have a hard time expressing your desire and your intent with women, don't get in the weeds with that. You need to start being able to accept rejection, accept the fact that you have an interest in a woman, you have needs, you have desires, and if she's down, she's down. If she's not, she's not. The bigger point from a mental framework is that it's okay to have them. And even if it's okay to have a woman say no to them, you don't want to adjust your life and your behavior around trying to please her and try to sneakily get your way in there. Be comfortable with your desires and your needs, and don't be creepy. All right? See you next time.